Hey Trayson, thanks so much for sending me a question. Trayson is asking, I'm having trouble getting started. How do I start taking chances to be able to show off my acting skills and start booking acting work? Well, this is a great question. Lots of actors, lots of people who are just starting acting, I still call them actors because if they have an interest in getting into this career, it takes a lot of guts to go after acting. So, my suggestion to new actors who are just getting started and are like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I don't know where to get started. I've heard of something called headshots. I've heard of something called reels. I don't know what I need and I don't know where to find auditions. My first suggestion is to slow it down because really all you need to start with is submitting yourself to projects, okay? So I recommend that the first step you take before you even worry about getting photos done or, looking at reels and everything is just create a profile on one of the casting websites. Backstage is a good place to start. You could do Actors Access or another one is Casting Networks. There's lots of different casting websites depending on where you are in the country or the world. Just create one profile on a casting website and start submitting yourself to projects, okay? You're going to see casting calls come up. You're going to start reading and being like, oh, this is interesting. They're looking for this type of character. I think that maybe I could fit that kind of role. It's for someone who's a teenager and I'm a teenager. So sure, I'll submit for that. And I'm not going to submit for the role of the police officer because I'm too young and no one would ever bring me in seriously for that. So you want to just start submitting yourself to projects. You can submit yourself without having professional headshots or even footage at first. Just upload some sort of clip that shows you doing some form of acting, whether you're doing a monologue or you have a scene where you're talking to somebody and someone filmed it on an iPhone. It doesn't matter. Just something that shows what you sound like and what you look like on camera. And at least like 2 or 3 photos of yourself. They should be photos where you're not like doing anything crazy, just like a medium shot, that shows what you look like fairly close up, okay? You don't need a professional headshot. You can literally get your friend to take a picture. Now, eventually you will want to get a professional headshot and you're going to want to get higher quality self-tape footage, okay? So that will be your next step. You're going to start submitting to projects for a couple of weeks or whatever, or a couple of months, and who knows, you might get invited to submit a self-tape. Especially if you're on the younger end, there's a lot fewer actors who are actually submitting to projects when they're younger. And that's because they all think that they need to be older before they can start submitting, but that's not the case. You should do it as soon as possible. There's more opportunities when you're younger. Anyway, eventually you're going to want to get a professional headshot and you're going to want to get more higher quality self-tape footage, which is where you have like a professional background and decent lighting and good quality sound, okay? That's the next step after you've been submitting for a few months and learning the ropes, okay? You're going to, generally speaking, in an acting career, you're going to start by auditioning for free, like unpaid projects, things where they're not paying you anything, maybe they're just giving you food. And then eventually you'll start looking for paid gigs, but your goal at first is to just get some credits on your resume. And that means booking a role in a student production or something, asking them for the footage, and then just adding that credit to your resume so that you can start building up some credibility. Okay, so that's kind of how to get started and how to show off your acting skills, how to start taking some chances here and not just going to acting classes. I'm attaching 3 links below, okay? One is how to get started in acting with no experience. Actually, I'm going to attach a 4th link as well, which is how to get into acting as a kid, okay? I don't remember. I think that you had mentioned that you're younger, but for anybody who's watching this who is younger, that'll be a helpful link. So getting started in acting with no experience, getting started acting as a kid, and then the 3rd article will be how to make your own, or actually it's a video, how to make your own professional self-tape setup, which you're definitely going to need as you start to audition. And then lastly, my ultimate guide to actor headshots, which I think is you're going to find really helpful because you will definitely need a professional headshot to be taken seriously by like more like paid type of projects. Okay, so I hope that helps. Please make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you're notified whenever I upload more videos. And I really appreciate you taking the time to submit a question. Thanks.